While Michigan may soon have some new tools to fight the growing problem of metal theft.
State Representative Rashida Tlaib says she is introducing a new bill to tighten regulations on scrapyards, crack down on thieves, and give more tools to the police.
7 Action News investigator Scott Lewis exposed just how massive the problem is in a series of reports last year.
Yeah, Scott, it certainly has been a big fight just to get this legislation introduced.
This thing's been really contentious, you guys. It really has. The scrap industry is huge. They have a lot of money. They have a lot of power. And they didn't like some of the ideas that were being floated on this bill. But after a lot of give and take, Representative Tlaib says she thinks she has a bill that'll pass.
Last year, the 7 Action News investigators went undercover to expose the epidemic of metal theft in our city. We caught brazen thieves stripping a house in broad daylight, others rolling up huge sections of chain-link fence outside a shuttered Detroit public school. They carted it off on the roof of an SUV. All this was happening in the neighborhood of State Representative Rashida Tlaib.
They're kind of dismantling our city, aren't they?
Completely dismantling, taking it apart bit by bit.
Today, at the very same school where we caught these guys stealing the fences, Representative Tlaib gathered with community folks, fellow lawmakers, police, and others for an announcement she's introducing a bill that will fight the scourge of metal theft.
I can tell you that as we sat down across the aisle from the scrap metal industry, it was a very frustrating process. It took almost 12 to 14 months before we can come up to an agreement.
The legislation would toughen penalties for convicted metal thieves and give law enforcement stronger tools to fight theft. It would also ban cash transactions for certain metals like copper wire that are popular with thieves. And it will regulate all scrap metal, not just aluminum and copper as in the past.
We're losing neighborhoods one house at a time. You go by empty homes, you'll see the doors taken off. It's gotten so bad that my seniors will call me and say, hey, these guys are taking windows out of these houses like they work for Wallside.
After the chalices and tabernacles and history are gone for $10 and resold to syndicates, somebody gets a $10 high off of my chalice.
Tlaib says her bill has bipartisan support, the backing of the governor, and she expects it to pass. She's also enlisted the support of City Councilman James Tate, who will push for a companion city ordinance cracking down on metal thieves.
We're seeking to have the ability for the police department to forfeit their vehicles.
Woo! That's right.
It's extremely important.
We tried, but we were not able to get anyone on the camera from the scrap industry to comment on this bill. They've been opposed in the past to these no cash transactions part of the bill. They would prefer to put ATMs in the scrap yard so when somebody brings in metal, they slip a card into the machine and it takes their picture. They say it would make it easier for police to track the thieves down if they are indeed bringing in stolen metal.
And this legislation is statewide. It's not just for the city of Detroit.
It's statewide, and the problem isn't just Detroit. The suburbs are getting hit hard. Air conditioners, catalytic converters.
Yes.
Even the farmers outstate and the wind farms are getting hit by thieves.
It's good to see our lawmakers vigilant. Thank you, Scott.